It is May 21st already, and here we are on Shop with Diane. I'm Diane, owner of a business in Thunder Bay called Take a Hike and Take Two Boutique. And I never know really from Thursday to Thursday what I'm going to be up to, but I try to make a point of getting together live on Facebook in the Shop with Diane YouTube channel, either to bring to you a real shopping show showing you interesting products that I've discovered along the way and make available for you to purchase, um, or just to update you that are happening in my life. So it is quite a broad agenda that um, I have for myself and for this lovely community of people that have been getting together for 6 years, really since the start of the pandemic. And um, it sometimes I have lots to say and sometimes a little less to say, but it is really great to have you join us, whether it's for the live stream show, like my mother is saying hello. Uh, my mom is Elsie, so she's one of our biggest supporters. She's been on the show before. Um, but um, I sometimes, as I said, I have lots to say or little to say, and I'd love to hear what you have to say in the comment section. So whether you're watching the live presentation or the replay afterwards. Now, I know that there's times of the year that people are at 7 o'clock on a Thursday, have maybe the supper behind them. If you're watching here in our time zone, they have maybe supper is behind you, and you're just getting comfortable to enjoy the evening. And I am so amazed and humbled by the fact that many of you choose to join us. So thank you to you. And if you're watching the replay, fantastic. Don't be afraid to send hearts and thumbs up and comment and share. That really helps with Facebook's logarithms, allowing this show to be circulated more broadly. So hello, how's everybody doing? I don't know if you noticed what I've got on. It is actually from Ukraine that I ordered about 4.5 years ago. And if you've been following along, you know I'm of Ukrainian heritage. And today is Vyshyvanka Day. Now, you may not have heard that before, but it's a day that in Ukraine they celebrate the culture of, and which includes beautifully embroidered blouses and shirts and so on. So I have one here that I have on, and I want to just wish my fellow Ukrainians of heritage, or the people of Ukraine who are finding themselves in a horrible war effort, wishing them safety and health and success. So Vyshyvanka Day it is. So how's everybody doing? I am located here in Thunder Bay, which is on the north shore of Lake Superior on the Canadian side of the Canada-US border. And it is incredibly chilly for this time of year. Here we are, May 21st, and there's a frost warning for tonight and I believe tomorrow night as well. So if you are a gardener and you're anxious to get out and start planting or transplanting some plants, it's maybe a little too cool to do that yet, but there are some cold weather types of garden crops that you can start planting at this time of year if you got to get in there. And those will be things like peas and lettuce and radishes and spinach. Those kinds of things can handle the cold weather, but you might have to wait I checked it, and the best advice is for everyone to hold off. That sweet spot possibly is going to be here on the North Shore of Lake Superior. I think what I noted for my own benefit, but passing it on to you as well, is to wait until June. Where do I have that? June. Oh my God, I didn't write it down. Uh, oh my goodness, should have written it down. It's around the 13th or so of June. You got to kind of wait because there's 25% chance of there being frost into at least mid-June. So, um, but I know you're anxious to get out there. I was anxious to get to the garden store, and on the weekend, zipped over to one of the garden centers to pick up some good old cow manure and some organic garden soil to help replenish my raised garden beds, because raised garden beds are terrific. You can grow a lot of vegetables in a small area. However, just that intensity of type of gardening, it really um, leaches all the nutrients and so on in the soil that the next year's crop's going to require. So I need to build up that soil. So I went to the garden center, and my mom and I poked around, and she picked a couple of beautiful potted flowering plants that are still indoors, though not taking them out yet. But that's coming really soon. So if you're a gardener, you're getting anxious, but the advice I've been giving and pass on to you is maybe do a little bit of uh, preparing the soil, but maybe it's a little early to get in some of those plants. So I know the garden centers will be very happy to see us once the weather improves, because this delay in the season isn't good for their business. So I want you to, when it's ready, go and support your local garden center in your community. And I say in your community because I'm here in Thunder Bay, and the show attracts people from across our city and area region, but across the province, across the country, across the border, overseas. So everybody's got different climates to work with. So, anyways, here it is. May 21st already, Victoria Day, or the May 24th, May 2-4 weekend is behind us here in Canada. And what we have coming up just across the border very soon is going to be Memorial Day. The Americans will be having their long weekend, May 25th. So that's on the horizon. And this is becoming the time of year. It is the time of year where uh, there are a lot of graduations happening. I don't know if you have plans to be attending a graduation, whether it's elementary school. I know they have kindergarten graduations now. I didn't even go to kindergarten. But looking at the demographics on the show, probably not a lot of you went to kindergarten, but they have kindergarten graduations, elementary school, like grade 8 graduations, high school graduations coming up. I think those start to be here in Thunder Bay starting, oh my goodness, June 8th is Hammersholt High School, and the other high schools will be scheduled right up until June 25th here. I think that wraps up with Westgate High School. So high school graduations, we have Lakehead University is hosting their graduations May 28th and 29th. And one of my nieces will be graduating on Friday from Lakehead University, and then we'll be heading in the fall to pursue graduate studies in Southern Ontario. So our family is pretty excited about her accomplishment and her future. So, but then Confederation College. Well, I think who's else is coming up is. It's actually tomorrow is the Northern Ontario School of Medicine, which is um, where family doctors are being trained. Their graduation is tomorrow, so that's pretty excited. They're at uh, it's sort of connected to Lakehead University. I think they kind of separated somehow. I don't know how it's all set up that way, but yeah, graduation season is coming, and Confederation College now they have a regional reach, and they will have um, their graduations in Kenora and Dryden and so on. But the big Thunder Bay one is going to be happening here in Thunder Bay on June the 5th. Oh my God, lots of graduations. Oh, and I should mention back to Lakehead University, they do have an Aurelia campus. So in Aurelia, I think that graduation is sometime in June. So lots is happening in that regard. I just took before the came on, I took a look at other things that might be happening here in Thunder Bay, and that you might want to, if you're watching locally or planning a visit here to Thunder Bay. At the end of the month is, I think it was an event that was planned to happen on Mother's Day, but it's really hard to gather a group together on Mother's Day for a special extra event. But at Chippewa Park, they are going to have the Celebrating Mothers Luncheon on May the 31st. So you might be interested in taking your mom, or just if you are a mom, or gather up some moms, or and head to you might have to get tickets ahead of time, but there's a luncheon, there's going to be a vendors market, and the it's a fundraiser for the Do Drop In, which many of you are supported. Thank you. And Nancy is saying happy Vejavanka Day, Diane. Love your shirt. Well, thank you, Nancy. Great to have you join us. We'll have to plan a time. I know you weren't feeling well on our recent pickup days, where people that ordered from a show that I did a couple weeks ago, and hope you're feeling better, and we'll be able to get together to let you pick up those wonderful items that you had that I've set aside for you. So what else can I tell you about what's happening now? Also coming up, oh, and thank you. Nancy is feeling okay now. That's great. Boy, we do not schedule illness into our, our long range plans or short range plans, but sometimes that just happens, and we just have to slow down and recuperate. So please take it easy, Nancy, and we will get together soon, I trust. Another thing that's happening, speaking about digging around in the ground and so on, coming up in June, I think it's June 12th to the 14th, at the Canadian Lakehead exhibition, will be the Rock and Gem Show. And if you're a rock hound, if you have any interest in geology and so on, you might want to take that event in. Little piece of information. My mom loves rocks. She so loves rocks. And over the years, she's picked up a rock from here and there and everywhere. And when they moved from their home in the past a year and a half, but the house got sold, I did pick up some of those rocks from outdoors and shuttled them over to my garden. And so the yeah, because rocks are amazing. They're so beautiful and so different from one another, and there's something strong about them that I love. And it was really fun for my mom to discover that my great nephew, her great grandson, at 9 years of age, he too loves rocks. So it's kind of cute because great grandma and little Nico will trade rocks back and forth as little gifts to bring to one another. So that's really lovely. So the Rock and Gem show is coming up, and I hope to get over there. I love rocks as well. And if you are here um, um, on the shores of one of our Great Lakes. I know on Lake Superior and so on, there are spots where on the lake shore or the greatest collection of smooth round rocks and so on. So it's always a thrill to be able to stop by one of the spots and to see what thousands of years have um, of ice ages and wind and water um, and heat and freezing temperatures will do to um, rocks. so, um, rock on. Let me see. Oh, I do have a note here. The average late spring frost for Thunder Bay is June the 6th. So on average, that's when we get our last frost. I see here it's safer to plant though between June 13th and 20th, planting those annuals. And so I've got some dates there for you. Remember, I also have some really great garden gloves here that Ivana was by, and she had picked up a few pairs a few years ago, and she was by to buy several pairs, being a gardener herself, saying those are the absolute best around. So if that interests you, please let me know. Now let me see. What we have. We have someone, Sam Gloves, saying, "Hey everyone, I like gloves." Okay. Did carbon 14 data lab tests on rock sleeves? Oh, well, there you did. Anne's got some insight into rocks, and do you have any? Sam is really into gloves. Do you have any disposable gloves, like plastic gloves, rubber gloves, cleaning gloves, surgical gloves? Hey, Mr. Gloves, we have fleece-lined work gloves, which people love, and we have uh, sort of rubberized work gloves, and that's kind of like to watch. I've seen people wear disposable gloves. Uh, Okay, so Sam is on YouTube. Just to interpret this, Sam is on YouTube. And if you are interested in any type of glove, he seems to have gloves. And he says, okay, reach out to him at this time. I do not, sorry, Sam, I can't vouch for you in terms of who you are and how you do your business, but thank you for joining us this evening. And it's always great to have somebody coming on board this way. So I have sold gloves and mitts in my business, Take a Hike, for over 30 years, and know quite a bit about the business. So let's see. He had a lab where he worked. Ah, okay. Interesting. So listen, I see Anne joining us, and we have Nancy and um, my mom Elsie making comments, and Sam. Hello to all of you. I wanted to keep this evening's get together really short because, oh, I wanted to show you one more thing because I, I, um, I started the show by explaining that today is Ukrainian Embroidered Shirt Day, where in Ukraine it's kind of interesting. Children going to school will be wearing traditional clothing, tops with beautifully embroidered shirts and tops and so on. And um, adults, of course, are wearing them, and that sort of broadened internationally for those who wish to celebrate Ukrainian heritage. And although I didn't do this shirt, I did order it before the war broke out in Ukraine 4 years ago. I ordered one because I thought I needed one, and it. So I'm very proud to wear it. But it made me think about coming onto this show that I was going to show you that I have done something embroidered, and I'm trying to remember. This I think I did. It's a pillowcase, and I did this. embroidery of the pillowcase. I think I remember doing it, maybe starting it when I was in high school, but finishing it when I was in university, and did a little bit of cross stitch. And now that I see this, I'm thinking maybe I should do some of this. It was very easy. You can do it on uh, a few different ways, but this type of fabric, I have to go to a fabric store and see if they have this kind of fabric. Makes it very easy to do cross stitch on it. So that's something I did. And anyways, thank you, Nancy. And yeah, I think it's quite nice. I don't have a special spot for it, but I'm going to have to find one and keep up some of that tradition, but also with aging hands, sometimes they stop working and sometimes you just need to keep them working to keep, motion is lotion, they say. So um, that's all I really have to say this evening, other than if you have watched the show from a couple of weeks ago, or if you haven't, go back and watch it. And I have some incredible products at hugely reduced prices that I would encourage you to contact me. There are a few of you who still have to make arrangements to come by and pick up your items. It's a lot easier if I was able to group you all together, but I did have some pickup days there, but it didn't work for everybody. So I did make the offer. Please reach out to me. So if, who do we have? If Carol's watching, and Mary, and Natalie, and Nancy, and might be another person or two, let's make some arrangements in the coming week and maybe we can get that done. That would be fantastic. So I know when the good weather finally comes our way, and we'll be out there gardening. Oh, and what else is happening in June? I was mentioning graduations and, getting into gardening and so on, and a gem show. But also Father's Day is not far. Actually, a month from today, or 30 day. Yeah, on the 21st of June, today is May 21st, the 21st of June is Father's Day. And if you've been following around long, I'm still blessed to have my dad. He's 100. And when he meets people, he tells them, hey, I'm 100 years old. Boy, does he gets congratulated. And I think that's a real amazing accomplishment. But Father's Day is June 21st, which is going to be summer solstice here in the Northern Hemisphere. So at least on the calendar, it'll say it'll be summer. Hopefully it'll feel summer-like, at least during the daytime. I haven't looked up to the long-range weather forecast to have any idea. They are calling for globally to be really hot this year, but we'll see where we get. And it's also the National Indigenous Peoples Day, so on the 21st. So a lot of happening in June. I know from having run the business for 30 years that May, June, the traffic into the stores when people used to go shopping in stores would really decline. And it's just because it seems that there are so many events wrapping up, winter type events and banquets and so on, and graduations, and so many other activities are gearing up. And for the upcoming summer season, people are looking to get their camper cottages, cabins opened. There's just a lot to do this time of year. So so let me see. Oh my goodness, my mother is making a point, a clarification. My dad is actually 100 and a half of a year. What we've discovered is when you do turn 100, you start counting the months as well. So remember, my dad was 102 months old. Well, was in October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May. My mom's saying he's 100 and a half. Mom, he's 107 months old, which is amazing. And, last week was quite demanding. I've been caring for my parents for a few years now. And my dad, he was struggling with some health issues this past week, and we were in emergency a couple of days. And but I'm delighted to report he seems to be bouncing right back again. So needed a little extra um, uh, care, and he's coming around. So we're over the half year mark. We're planning his 101st birthday in October. So listen, it has been great to have you join us for the live presentation. And if you are liking what you see, don't forget to share the love, share the post, and look forward to getting back connected in next Thursday evening for another update. People told me they loved when I got back to doing the actual shopping show. It was so much fun, is sort of what I heard people say. They really enjoyed it. You enjoyed it. And it is a little hard to commit with my family caring elder care responsibilities to I might be able to do a show, but then also well in advance commit to pickup times and so on. Gets a little tricky, but based on your feedback and the fun I had actually doing the show, and then actually seeing you back here to pick it up, it's been a long while, is I thought, well, maybe I will try to do, at least at this period in time, maybe a real live shopping show once a month or something. But, as we know, life throws us curves, and we sometimes have difficulty keeping those types of commitments. So that's why I'm using the word quite regularly in my vocabulary. The tentative plan is, but things can change. So again, thank you all for joining us. Happy Vyshavanka Day. And keep the faith that the frost warnings should cease in this part of the country, and you can soon get in there and dig around. And when the world seems upside down, as it has been, I remember at the start of the pandemic, and it just seems crazy. Sometimes one of the best things you can do to feed your family and feed your soul and clear your mind is get out there and in nature and do a little bit of gardening. I know I'm going to try to do that. So good night, everyone. Stay well. And I look forward to reading your comments, whether you're making them during the show or after, and getting together with you next Thursday evening for another update from Shop with Diane. Goodbye, everyone. Take care.